Good afternoon, my name is YoosufAmsalShahban. This is my project 3 for Design Studio 3, which is the final project, and it's on a market. The design concept of my proposal is based on the functionality that it would provide to the user and the vendor. At the same time, I wanted other users to be able to use it as well, especially people who have disabilities or have to rely on wheelchairs or such to be able to enter the area as freely as possible. So instead of opting for a grass base layer or a grass flooring, I wanted to incorporate a synthetic polyurethane turf, so that no amount of mud or the combination of water and sand would affect other people who are coming and going out of the area, which would make it a very clean area as well. I also incorporated vertical timber sunshades in areas where the sun would affect users, and I had also incorporated angular roofs to redirect the wind. The vendor that I had chosen is Uncle Wong. Uncle Wong is a mixed rice vendor. This vending stand has been passed down in his family for a few generations. He was given it by his father, and he wishes to pass it down to his daughter as well. He enjoys cooking and chess. For the user, Mr. John Akashi, Mr. John is actually a retired veteran. He served his days in the army, but these days he spends time with his family and friends. Though he lives alone, due to living alone, he relies a lot on the Siang Malam for food and sustenance. He enjoys reading, jogging, and playing cards. He spends most evenings going jogging at the Taiping Lake Garden. The schedule of accommodation is based on the sizes of the buildings that I propose and a percentage that was given to us. We had to fit the whole sizes of the buildings to the percentage. The site background. The site we've been given is an old parking lot near Larut Matang. Actually, it is north of Larut Matang and southwest of the Pasa. It has a car park adjacent to it around the area that we were given to design. It also has a bus stand, which makes it a hub for the commuters who come and go from Taiping. The first proposal for the design development, I wanted to incorporate as much spaces as the vendor and the user would need. So I opted for including a rice stand, a reading and resting area, a place where they could play cards and chess, a parking area. But I opted to let go of the parking area, and for the office area, the management office of the park or the market area, I wanted it to be very private. So after pushing everything into a place using a massing model, I figured out that it was a bit too cramped and too close together. So after reevaluating some of the designs, I separated all the spaces to provide a more open feel. And this is a model that I made after this is a mock-up model that I made after initially making the spaces, just to see how it would look like. For my third proposal, I incorporated more of angular roof structures in response to the wind, and I rearranged the park a little bit more. I put a mini park in the middle, kitchen, dining, and buffet at the top. And at the top, closer to the Pasa, so it would have a link right into the Siang Malam as well. I provided sun-shaded seating right next to a newsstand, so the users could easily read there as well. I opted to put a toilet and a refuse chamber and an office space. The office space, I wanted it still to be a little bit more private than the other spaces. So I separated it just enough so that no users could not come and go as they please. This is the mock-up model for the third design proposal that I made. And this is the final site plan. As you can see in the middle, I've opted to put a sun-shaded path, where sun-shaded and weather-shaded actually path, where users could walk along the separated buildings. So it gives a sense of connectivity and circulation within the park area and within the market area as well. For the site section, I opted to show the scale in comparison to the PASA, the scale of my design in comparison to the PASA. As you can see, it's almost the same size as the PASA, but that is only the market Mamuk area that is the same size as the PASA. The other buildings are mostly around 5 meters to 3.5 meters. So on my floor plan, I wanted to show the entrances. As you can see, you can enter from either direction. The PASA direction is open as well. The car park is open as well. The bus stands are open as well as Larut Matang. So you can come in and go from all 4 directions. And I wanted to show how I placed the refuse right next to the kitchen area. So you can enter and go out of the kitchen area through a door at the top corner of the Mamuk. And it is right next to the refuse chamber, so it's easier for the Mamuk owner to dispose of the trash and stuff. And as I incorporated an OKU toilet, as well as sinks to wash hands at the Mamuk as well. Newsstand leads a connection right to the sunshaded path area, sunshaded seating area, which leads to the sunshaded path as well. And the office is in the corner of the floor plan here. And the office sports 2 windows, but it is facing towards the park instead of the Larut Matang, because the Larut Matang has a lot of people coming and going from there, and it would destroy the sense of privacy. In the section, I wanted to show the height of the roof and how the angular shape of the roof can be experienced from inside as well, giving a more open feel. In the elevations, I wanted to put an emphasis on the sunshades, the angular roofing, the size of the structure in comparison to average people's heights, and the vegetation as well. For my perspective, I've chosen to show the entrance from the side of the PASA, and I wanted to show the shaded path as well as how the timber post would have effect on the perspective of any person entering from this side. And this is my final model. The final model is mostly made of modeling board and satay sticks that I had around. For vegetation, I opted to use cotton to show the trees. Thank you, and have a good day.